Hello! So welcome to another episode of Toaster Talks. Today we will be reviewing the Mario movie. I'm here with Bassie, Carmen, Kawa, Gengar, and Quantum. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick.
What's up? It's Cowabunga.
Hi there. I'm Basikun. I'm Spanish, so if you think my voice sounds weird, then just try to bear with my accent a bit.
Hi, I'm Carmen.
Hey, I'm Quantum.
I am Gengar of the Opera, and yes, that is my real voice.
Okay. So, to start off, let's talk about the plot and, the overall just stuff of the movie, I guess. Anybody want to say anything to start off?
A lot of people have complaints about the pacing because due to it being an hour and 32 minutes, as it says on Wikipedia, and people do have complaints about the pacing, but honestly, I didn't really see that many problems, maybe until they got to the Kong Kingdom. I would say you could probably see the most of it there, but I would have to watch it again to really get a clear understanding about how the pacing was in that movie. But overall, I thought I was able to follow it really easily.
Mm-hmm. But it just seems like one second the Mushroom Kingdom, everything's okay, then the next suddenly, it's all darkness. That just kind of came suddenly, but...
Yeah, I think the movie could have benefited from an extra 15 minutes at most.
Yeah.
I don't think the pacing was was horrible or anything. After all, this is a movie intended to be enjoyed by everyone, by a broad type of public, by both children and adults alike. But I do think it would have benefited, like I has said, from maybe 15 or 10 minutes, maybe near the end or something.
I feel like the first Mario movie, just to set the scene and set the stage for everything, I thought a more basic plot went really well.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think this was a really good stepping stone in what is probably going to be a Mario movie series, knowing Illumination and Nintendo. They just want to money.
They're gonna milk this so much.
Money.
I think if we're getting a well-written movie out of it, I see it as a win. So.
Definitely. Also, Mario is not a series that you have to think very deeply in order to get a good story out of it. So the movie is starting with some fast pace, but making sure to explain as much things as possible in such a relatively short amount of time. I think that works very well, especially for Mario.
I feel like if they were to do a more complex plot, it would feel extremely rushed.
Yeah. I feel like when it comes to a complex plot, you need a different setting for it, and you need more time with it as well. So a simplistic plot fit time well.
Yeah, definitely.
But it reflected well upon the medium in general that it's basing itself off of. Like Mario games, it's never too complicated a plot. I mean, most of it following Bowser from one kingdom to the next,
I've heard and seen some critics complain about how the plot is too simple, I believe, and how it's not really as complex. But the thing is, one, it's a Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any better way you could make a first adaptation. Well, not first adaptation. This is the second time to try it. But if you really want to do a modern Mario movie, I feel like they would obviously start with the basic plot that, Bowser's evil, Mushroom Kingdom good, all that. I feel like if they did something more complex, let's say the RPG games, like the Alpha Dream games, Superstar Saga, Partners in Time, Bowser's Inside Story, then I feel like critics then would have complained that it was too complex for a Mario movie. And while I would love to absolutely see a future adaptation, if possible, of those movies, I say that this was a very good stepping stone for people who just want to see a Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah, I also want to add that. Sorry, what were you going to say?
You're all good. With a more broad concept of, someone get kidnapped. Oh no, you can really expand more on the adventure, the characters, the relationships between the characters, and things like that.
Speaking of that, as much as I really enjoyed the scene with the dog, it could have been cut and nothing would have changed.
Yeah, the scene with the dog just felt a bit unnecessary.
It felt like I was watching Secret Life of Pets a little bit. Just a little bit.
The dog
which is probably why they included it.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't have any problems with the scene of the dog, but I do agree that it makes I think it's there to mostly emphasize that, well, the Mario Brothers are not having such a great time now that they've started to go solo on their own business. But I think it's a bit too over the top, if that makes sense. This whole dog just comes in and makes them wreck all over the bathroom and makes them look bad. So I think that's
not
a bit
only that, but it's their first job, right?
Yeah, that as well.
I think it was for that reason, but overall it could have been cut and the movie still would have been fine.
Yeah, I feel like the time that dog scene took.
Sorry,
no, you go. It's fine.
I think they were trying to emphasize the point, Mario and Luigi are kind of they're not starting at the top. They're kind of messing around, but that could have been shown so much more differently.
Yeah.
It could have been a long montage of failing at other houses.
Yeah, it's basically what I said.
That the scene was really long as well. It should have been a shorter scene, and that time should have gone from them walking from the Mushroom Kingdom to the Kong Kingdom, for example.
Or even it could have been spent exploring the Wrecking Crew aspect of their backstory.
That should have
Norman Spike got such a small role in the beginning of that movie, and then he just came back.
I was really looking forward to seeing them as part of the Wrecking Crew, but all that we get is, so why'd you quit? Are you doing successful now? So we just it's talked about that they quit, but we didn't actually get to see that, and that made me disappointed.
Yeah, I like Spike as a character.
I didn't even know
I
what
wish
he
we
was
had
referring to at that point.
You don't really see the Wrecking Crew as well. You just see it referenced on Spike's hat.
Yeah, you see Spike, and that's about it.
I only knew that they had quit because of one of the reviews on the Mario Brothers plumbing website. There was a review from Spike that literally said, "Yeah, they quit and they're unloyal." That's the only reason why I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, basically.
If you didn't follow all of the marketing, you might not have gotten a lot of references that the movie made.
Which I feel like is kind of a bad business choice, given that not everyone would want to follow those kinds of things.
Yeah.
The dog scene is honestly what made me laugh the most in the movie, but besides that,
my theater did laugh at that scene, so I'm not I'm not going to defend it or attack it. I do think it could have been cut as short, but my theater did laugh and have a good time with it, so it was nice to see that.
It was a fine scene.
The dog scene I think was fine. It made me feel a little bit more bad for Mario and Luigi, but I guess that was the point. You feel for these characters, that you care about them. That
was supposed to be the point, because they quit their job. They're trying to get their business going, and now things are not looking so good because everything's going south for them.
Yeah, and all because Luigi accidentally stepped on the dog's bone. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
How about the opening scene? We should probably talk about the opening scenes as well.
I thought it was really cool to see that.
I liked it a lot.
I love how they did Bowser's castle, floating castle thing. That is so cool.
And it played a song from Mario Galaxy, and that made me really happy.
I'm just gonna say, as someone who recently has played the original Paper Mario, that's a really good. I'm not really sure if it's meant to be a callback to Paper Mario, but if it is, well, I really applaud it. It really reminds me of Paper Mario, and I really like that.
Yeah. Someone just mentioned how they heard the song. I believe I don't know what, I can't remember actually, but someone heard the song from Mario Galaxy. I was expecting, and I did hear the airship theme from Mario Bros. 3 as soon as.
Yeah, I heard that as well, and I like that.
Obviously, I think it's an excellent inclusion. It's definitely, screams Bowser and all that. And
I also
pretty
like
much
how it's done in a darker tone to emphasize, he's supposed to be, evil. He's a
pretty much the whole opening scene was the original teaser trailer, except, extended.
I also love that
that's how they started the marketing, because that was one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
At least showing how menacing Bowser is.
Also, like, why did the Penguins have the superstar? That's one thing that I don't really get. But
if they had such like a bad fortress, then why would they have the superstar? But I thought their base were
okay.
The idea I understood was their castle is in the middle of nowhere, which makes sense given if you don't want people to intrude, you'd put it in a far out location. Like the Corn Kingdom is like a civilization. Mushroom Kingdom's also one. The one in the what I'm gonna just refer to as Sherbet Land just seems more like a barren snowland with just a castle where all the penguins are.
Bowser did mention how he was searching for years for the superstar, so maybe that could be the case. Maybe there was a constant blizzard that was, camouflaging the kingdom or the and all that, so it was maybe hard to find.
He just didn't know where it was, period.
Or Bowser's just an idiot because he's Bowser.
Or
as much as we love him.
Or he would just believe that the penguins were so weak as like a kingdom that no one would trust such a high powerful item with them.
But there's no way that's the only superstar in existence. That's another thing
I was saying, considering that Bowser says, I found it, like, that it, maybe it refers that so far they only know about the existence of one star. This real plot coupon in the if there's a sequel, which I'm pretty sure there will be. But he says that he mostly wanted the star to impress Peach, so I guess he only wanted that specific one. I don't know.
Yeah, when I first saw the superstar in the marketing, I figured that it was going to be like Legend of the Seven Stars, you know?
I thought there was going to be multiple.
It was going to be like this big hunt for like all of the MacGuffins or whatever.
I thought there were going to be like multiple stars in the movie, and that Bowser was trying to collect them all. He was trying to collect them all to invade. The thing I was expecting for him to collect all the stars and then invade Peach's kingdom, the Mushroom Kingdom, but then nope, he just wants that single star to impress her.
Yep. Anyway,
I think that would be asking for way too much if you were to get do the whole MacGuffin fetch quest 7 stars thing, because I feel like then people would just complain about that. It's like usually a tired old trope you see.
Maybe.
Anyway, the opening scene, really cool. Is there anything else that we want to talk about on this topic before we move on?
Not necessarily.
I think we should probably introduce the cast at this point, since we've been introduced to Bowser. So Bowser is played incredibly, stealing the show by Jack Black.
Yeah. Absolutely,
moly. Yes, absolutely.
He was really
did
good.
A phenomenal job voicing him. Though
I do want to start with a criticism, though, just a small one. Yeah, the voice filter that they used for Jack Black was pretty obvious throughout the movie.
I didn't even notice.
I did.
Large evil turtle.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I just think it's just noticeable.
Okay, I just want to say, I don't have much to add about the voice actor since I watched the movie in Spanish, so I sadly missed on the performances of Jack Black, Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Pratt, and maybe someday I'll watch it in English. But so far, I can't really add anything. I do think that the Spanish dub, the Spanish from European Spanish dub, they did the characters justice, and it was really on par with some of the performances that were seen in the trailers. So yeah, but sadly I can't really share that with anyone here. But I really hope that, I really hope that everyone enjoyed Jack Black and everyone else.
Yes.
But
Last list came out and confirmed that Jack Black was going to be Bowser. I knew he was going to be the best part of the movie, and I'm so glad I
I think everyone agreed that Jack Black was going to be the best part of the movie.
Jack Black and he definitely did the character justice with the voice.
The thing is, Jack Black puts 110% in every single performance he does.
Man became Bowser. He showed up to the Kelly Clarkson show dressed up as him.
Yes.
Also, Anya Taylor-Joy also showed up on the premiere dressed up as cosplaying as Peach. Mm-hmm. She was dressed in Peach's Mario Kart biker outfit.
Jack Black had a custom suit with Bowser's show.
I do want to mention about Bowser's character itself. That Bowser was kind of played a bit too simpish for some scenes. He's He's a good villain. It's fine if you like Peach, but I think there's the times where they kind of overdo it a bit.
Yeah, when he had Luigi and he said, "Do princesses find him attractive?" That line wasn't too necessary.
No, but it was funny.
It's supposed to be like a funny
It was
bit.
funny, but if he's supposed to be like, I guess, villainous, that does downplay him a lot. There's a difference. There's a bit of a line between comedy, like him like roasting Koopa Troopa when he asks what if she says no, and then there's a difference between when he just screams at Luigi, "Do princesses find him attractive?" Which.
In some parts, it seemed like he was more concerned about being rejected by Peach than taking over the world. Like, I couldn't tell exactly what his true motive was, honestly.
I mean,
that was more his end goal.
Throughout, like, a lot of the older comics and stuff like that, so I kind of understand why they made him like that.
Yeah, but it just felt like they pushed it a little too much in some parts.
Yeah, like, it's fine if they wanted that to be, like, a core part of him, but they did, like, overdo it a bit. That would downplay him as, like, a serious villain.
I'm gonna say, I agree with Carmen that, for me, Bowser is meant to, in the games and in the movie, both games and the movie, like, he's supposed to have this menacing side, something that is generally terrifying, something that is going to make people scared. But he also has this side where he's just really good. He's just really goofy. He's just really funny.
Yeah, and again, that's fine. But again, I think that one specific scene with Mario, him and Luigi asking about Mario is, again, a bit over the top for what should have just been.
I mean, yes, I can kind of see your point. I think there should have been like a better balance between the scenes where he's supposed to be taken seriously and the scenes where he's just like funny.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since the way I see it is he's the only villain in the movie and he should be played as serious as possible. Like, let's say in another movie, maybe like where King Boo's a villain or it's Fawful, he could still be like a secondary villain almost, but he could be played for more laughs rather than the main villain being the serious one, which
I think they do that in the RPGs actually. For example,
they do that a lot in the RPGs. Where
for example, in the first Paper Mario, like he's the main antagonist, but then comes the 1,000-Year Door where he's like reduced to like a comedy relief character.
Yeah, like Bowser still has his funny moments in 64, but he's still played as a very serious villain who's like the actual main antagonist and main villain.
Okay, let's move on from Bowser to save room for other characters. So, Chris Pratt's Mario.
I say we move on. Yeah, I say we move on, and we should introduce the voice actors whenever their characters are first introduced, just to kind of keep some consistency within this review and stuff. But yeah, that's Bowser. That's Jack Black, and he's the first major actor we see. So after the first scene, we are basically when Bowser yells, "Who's gonna stop me?" We immediately cut to the Super Mario Bros. Plumbing commercial with the original rap.
I'm gonna say
that's where we are introduced to.
They only included them talking in Italian to make the fans shut up over it not being an actual Mario voice.
I'm sorry. I think that was like one of the worst criticisms.
Both Charlie Day and Chris Pratt can clearly do the Mario and Luigi voices, but they did not want to do for the movie because
that'd get annoying.
That's what Illumination wanted. People are blaming Chris Pratt and whatnot, but people are not seeing that it's Illumination that says, no, you're not going to do this.
Mm-hmm. It would also get annoying so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing happened with characters like Toad and Peach, in which the actors originally tried to play them as like they're in the games, but then Illumination said, no, you need to go in a different direction. So yeah, I think this was definitely the case for the Mario Brothers, and the plumbing commercial is the only part where they speak Italian just to make it a bit more goofy, and again, like Awa said, to make the fans shut up about them not having Italian accents.
I said that.
Anyways, Chris Pratt is Mario. What are we thinking?
He surprised a lot of us.
He was passable, in my opinion. He was fine.
I wasn't too worried at first. Just the memes were really funny.
Yeah, I think Chris Pratt got overhated, though. Even when characters like Seth Rogen and Charlie Day would still use the normal voice, people would criticize Chris Pratt for the exact same thing.
Jack Black. The same goes for Jack Black and Anya Taylor-Joy, that they don't really match the voices of Bowser and Peach in the games, but nobody said anything about them.
Which is not like a bad thing at all.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad actually. In fact, I actually kind of like them. I really love their performances.
In fact, I think it fit better for
their performances in the trailer. I didn't get to see the movie in English.
Yeah, I will say the performances in the trailer were vastly different from the movie. I think the movie did it much better than the trailer showed.
And I have heard that Chris Pratt improves a lot in the movie compared to the trailers.
They made Chris Pratt dirty in the trailers. They gave him like the blandest lines where he didn't have to use that much expression. So
and he sounded so bored in the trailers. But when I heard the movie, he sounded really ecstatic, almost like if it was Mario.
Yes.
And again, I think by a logical standpoint, them having to really over-exaggerated Italian accents would have made them really annoying to listen to in a movie.
Also, it was. Sorry.
Yeah, as somebody who watched the trailers religiously for a minute, because I was hyped for this movie, them removing lines like, "What is this place?" was such a good decision.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the audience knows where they are.
I think it's a bit odd they moved that line to the sewer area, given their plumbers, but it's not the worst. But I think it should have still been in the Mushroom Kingdom. But I think, did he say Mushroom Kingdom Here I Come? I think that was cut. I don't remember fully.
Yeah, I don't remember Frozen. But the reason they cut the "what is this place" line is because in the trailer, we didn't know that was Mario's first time there. But in the movie, we did. So that line wasn't necessary then.
I don't know.
I guess it makes sense, yeah.
Kind of.
Anyway,
on the topic of the Mario commercial, we got to go to Charlie Day as Luigi.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They are side
Luigi.
by side.
I wish Charlie Day had more screen time because he was a
yeah. That's another
big embodiment of it.
Is that Luigi gets little to no screen time, and at the end he's kind of just granted, "Oh, you are so brave." It felt really rushed for his character, which just disappointed me a lot.
I'm just gonna say Luigi ended up being better than what I had expected from the trailers.
He's definitely, when I first saw the trailers, I thought it was a straight up plot device that they just switched him and Peach for no reason. But watching the movie, he did serve a good purpose. He's still, a good character. It just sucks that they did not give him enough screen time.
Can I speak on Luigi for a moment?
Sure, go ahead.
I definitely did feel the same way. I feel like Luigi didn't really get as much screen time, even though I feel like they could have had more scenes of him, in Bowser's castle and such. But I feel like, one reason that Charlie Day mentioned that he would love to do. Well, actually, this could be saved. I'll keep this, saved for the end when we talk about what we expect in the future. But I'll bring this back up again. But speaking of Charlie Day's Luigi, I feel like his regular voice was pretty fitting for Luigi. I could just kind of see Charlie Day's voice come out of Luigi's mouth if you were to cast a celebrity with him. And I feel like with this Luigi, I feel like they really embodied that, he's kind of a scary cat, and such, but he can fight when he needs to fight, as we saw at the end.
Luigi.
And I think I'm gonna bring up a point as well in the future for the topic of sequels that it is gonna mainly start with Luigi, so I would not want to spoil that right now until then.
Alright then.
It also makes the contrast between Mario and Luigi so much more visible with Charlie Day and Chris Pratt's performances and stuff like that. It sounds more genuine than it does artificial, I guess.
Yeah. And again, with the thing about Chris Pratt, people hating his normal voice, Charlie Day used it and it worked perfectly in my opinion. I don't think the idea of them using the normal voice makes it a bad voice at all. I think it works for a movie perspective.
Yeah, and again, I will say that even though Luigi had very little screen time, and I really wish he could get more, especially if there's a sequel, I still really like him as a character. I originally thought, I originally not only thought that he was going to be a plot device, that he was just going to be, mistreated all the time and mocked because he was kidnapped, but no. But no, it's the complete opposite, in fact. They treat his character, rather respectfully, I would dare say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
we should probably move on.
Let's talk about
now
Peach
from the
and
plot.
Toad. I don't think there's too much to say about either one of them. They both were good.
Well, we should talk about them as soon as we get to their introductions within the movie. We should continue with the plot, and then we'll talk about Peach and Toad as soon as they're introduced.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
I'm also trying to save on time a bit, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so afterwards, after that commercial is over, we learned that it just first aired, but no one's really taking them seriously. They're not really getting much business. Since they just started. But we also learned, that they used to work for Foreman Spike of the Wrecking Crew,
which is not expanded upon as much as it probably should be.
And I really liked Foreman Spike as a character as well, especially since he was in like the casting trailer of who's like voicing who.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He should have had a bigger role given that he was on that list. So
in the trailers, they didn't show anything of him because he barely had any screen time in the first place.
Yeah, which sucks because again, he's a really great character in my opinion. I really enjoyed seeing him.
I like his design a lot, and I like.
I actually like the glow up design he had. Like I was thinking, this is gonna have him be like Mario's size and just have him.
I like it. They make him. Spike turned out to be more enjoyable than I initially thought. Like I thought he was just gonna be on par with another character that's to come later, but no, I really ended up enjoying his character, especially how he starts versus how he finishes. Actually, like how he finishes is it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it.
From my character perspective, like subjectively, I think he's one of my favorite written ones because of just how funny and enjoyable he is to see on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So after the confrontation in Punch-Out Pizzeria with Foreman Spike, they get their first call for a job.
It doesn't go so well.
It doesn't go so well because of a dog.
And as we discussed, that's where it starts to lead to the Mushroom Kingdom after they
after they try to investigate the flooding in Brooklyn, and where we get a cameo from Pauline.
Which I thought she was going to be a shit background character. I'm glad she got to have a speaking role. I hope we do see a bit more of Pauline in the future. Not as like a big character, but just to see it overall.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the cameo was nice, but I really didn't like that Pauline wasn't at the end when everyone is reading the Mario Brothers for defeating Bowser.
Yeah, that was the mayor of the city. Why wasn't she there?
So on the topic of just being there, I think it should have just been New Donk City instead of Brooklyn. It's a minor nitpick, but given that Pauline's the mayor, it should have just been called New Donk City.
I think New Donk is just Nintendo's version of New York.
Which is fine. I'm not saying like Brooklyn's like a bad choice, but what I'm saying is like given that they're making a move, it should have just been New Donk since overall it just kind of feels odd that Pauline's the mayor of Brooklyn, but New Donk City is still like a thing. But as I said, it's a nitpick, so not that big of a deal.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to justify in a sequel by saying that Pauline moved to New Donk City and became the mayor there. Who knows?
I don't think that would make too much sense, honestly. It's like, why would she just move to another town to become mayor again when she's already
New Donk and New Donk City is like New York and New York City. There are still other cities in the state of New Donk, but they're city specifically, and that's where Pauline resides.
Anyway,
that's fair.
Like the mayor.
Moving on.
So,
I don't think we should dwell on it.
Let's move on.
Too long, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So whenever Mario and Luigi find the pipe to the Mushroom Kingdom, they get separated along the way. Mario lands in the Mushroom Kingdom while Luigi lands in the Dark Lands, aka Bowser World and all such. So he is eventually captured, but Mario, he's in the Mushroom Kingdom, so he needs help to find his brother. And this is where we are introduced to Toad, who's voiced by Keegan-Michael Key, and Princess Peach, who's voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy.
I think they both did amazing.
What are your thoughts on that?
I wanted to say, Toad isn't as annoying as I thought he was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a really obnoxious character to see on screen, but he wasn't the worst. He serves his purpose as comedy relief.
He wields his frying pan like a weapon. He cooks for people, which is very.
I really wish he would have hit somebody with the frying pan. Like I was hoping.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Not to mention, I feel like in another nitpick, I think he should have just been shit at Captain Toad since they even play his theme as well.
He might become Captain Toad later. Like
if he does, that would be pretty cool.
Wouldn't have made sense, but like in the universe, it might have been like him that became Captain Toad, I guess.
Yeah, and since they also do play the theme when we first see him, so I think maybe the next movie would have him made as Captain Toad.
Also, speaking of Toad, something something I noticed in the movie, they have like this blue Toad with glasses who acts as Toadsworth, but he's not Toadsworth. Why didn't they just include Toadsworth?
Yeah,
I mean, I honestly think I honestly think Nintendo doesn't really like using Toadsworth because of all of these mandates crap or whatever. But it doesn't really make much sense when you have characters like this Toad or Toadette. Okay, I know Toadette doesn't appear in the movie, but she still appears in the game, so I don't see why they don't use Toadsworth.
I mean, when you have a character as niche as Form and Spike, then I don't see why you can't include Toadsworth.
Also, Toadette could have
especially
easily been
when
in
the
the movie as a
character
background Toad.
that is. Yeah, especially given that the character is literally just Toadsworth, but not Toadsworth.
Yeah.
And what I was saying, Toadette could have easily been included as a background Toad.
Yeah, I feel like another thing, this is more just on the cameos because we're on the topic of Toad. I did like how the blue and yellow Toads are like the main guards we first see.
That was a nice Easter egg there.
And the other two, the green and purple ones, I know this is a much more minor reference, but that's a really good reference to the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, where the 5 Toads you find are the red, yellow, blue, green, and purple Toads.
I think those are just colors.
Well, yeah, but I just saw it more as like it's a reference to Dark Moon, given that it's such a hyper-specific color they put for those two.
Yeah.
All right, so Princess Peach.
This character is by far one of the
Carmen.
Outside of Spike,
guys, I keep getting interrupted.
Sorry.
You're all good. I thought I was a little nervous seeing the trailers that they were going to give Peach the voice and the personality of Daisy.
Yeah.
Because there's also like the reason why people like their friendship is like the contrast between them. And I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy did good. Like it was good like for like the only female lead that we see in the movie, she did good. Like I wish there would have been like more interaction between her and Mario, but like it was good.
I mean, Peach as a character as a whole, like, she was one, if not the most of the characters that worried me when I saw the trailers. But then when I went to see the movie, she was pleasantly enjoyable during the whole movie. Like, I never felt like groaning at the screen or saying, why are you like this? This is so forced. No, it doesn't feel forced at all. Like, it all comes off really natural, and she's very enjoyable. Like, and I'm pretty sure Anya Taylor-Joy does a very good job voicing her. I still have to hear her whole take, and I especially dig the voice that the Spanish dub gave her. Like Laura Pastor, I think is her dub voice actress, and wow, she did an amazing job as Peach.
All right.
I would like to say as well that I really liked how.
I was just saying, let's just let Kawa talk about what he thought about Peach.
Yeah, because I think I had the strongest opinions very beginning with the trailers. I thought she was gonna. This goes right into my point with Luigi. I thought it was gonna be a plot device, and he and Peach swapped. I thought they just swapped in Peach to not be kidnapped purely because they don't want to do the damsel in distress thing. Purely just because of that, and it's made her girl boss Mary Sue, which after watching the movie, I am so thankful they did not do at all.
Yep.
Oh yeah, me too.
Real, I guess, iffy part was her beating the obstacle course first try, but that's like such a throwaway line that it really doesn't matter at all in the grand scheme.
More of a joke.
And you can also defend it down to her living there her entire childhood and whole life, so she probably is familiar with the surroundings.
That's what I was gonna say.
People because she was raised by them. I like the backstory they gave her. I like.
That's what I was gonna say. That it makes sense that Peach got in the first try because she was raised there, whereas Mario just came through a pipe from all the way from Brooklyn. But Also, I initially thought that Peach was just going to be, oh, look at me, I ride a motorcycle. I'm not like other girls, but I am so glad I was wrong.
Yeah, especially with the whole images, like the You Just Got Luigi one, or with Peaches saying she could do anything. That gave off a lot of different vibes than
that made me
movie.
For me, it reeked of I'm not like other girls.
Yeah, which I am so thankful they actually gave Peach a proper character, proper backstory, proper motives to doing what she's doing.
Oh,
She wants to protect the people who had took her in and raised her.
That's a question that the Mario fan base has had for a while. That's like, how did Princess Peach become princess?
Yeah.
And I like that that's expressed in the movie, even if it's not like the canon.
And I guess the only other thing I would say is I kind of wish they did that for Bowser as well, where how he fell for Peach in the first place, why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because as far as we know, he is just Doomsday villain, but he's a simp, which... he's better written than that, but again, I hope in future installments they not only tone down the simpness of his character, but they give him a bit of backstory as well to explain why the way he is.
I think we should also mention of when we're talking about character origins, we also see we also get a little cameo from Baby Mario, Luigi, and Peach.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah.
I will say though,
I love that
Mario and Luigi's brotherly relationship is a bit weird at times. Like the part where they say they've never been apart for so long, it comes off as really iffy.
Yeah,
honestly, a lot of Mario and Luigi's backstory, and then all of a sudden getting a flashback to their baby Mario and baby Luigi playtime on the playground was a little bit of a jump.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it wasn't entirely explored until then, and they just kind of did it to do it.
I mean, for me, it comes off as saying, "Oh look, this is about how Luigi's been all his life. He has always been like really shy and really cowardly. I think, and then when he just at the end of the movie, he tries to stand up for himself, and he does join Mario beating the trial of Bowser. But I will say that the scene is like a bit out of place. Like maybe you could explain it in another way that is not like with a flashback of baby Mario and baby Luigi.
And with Luigi becoming like again, when they say like, "Oh, Luigi, you're so brave," it really did feel a bit rushed for him to be just suddenly developed like that. Like, I think it should have been like he did a really good act, and that was a good part. But then that line kind of downplayed it a bit because it's like, oh, that's his whole development. That's kind of disappointing, given that you could have done more with, especially sequels, which we'll talk about soon enough.
Yeah, like I'm still happy with what we got from Luigi, but yeah, I'm not going to deny that I wish they gave us more with Luigi.
To save on time, because we're almost at 40 minutes already, can we just jump to the other characters without going through the plot?
I think that's fair.
Okay,
let's go.
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Thoughts?
Oh, sorry, Donkey Kong.
I really like his character. I like how he's like supposed to be the showboaty prince, but he still wants to impress his father and not be a complete disappointment.
The little laugh is really funny.
Yeah. There was an interview with Seth Rogen himself, and he said, okay, well, if you cast me as Donkey Kong, it's just going to sound like me because I don't do voices, and apparently they were fine with that.
Yeah, I was actually worried about Donkey Kong. I figured he was just going to be like kind of throwaway comic relief character through and through because he's a big monkey and that's pretty much what people are going to think of him. But no, I actually kind of liked his little rivalry that he had with Mario. And speaking of how he's introduced, Peach's plan to fight Bowser's to try to recruit the Kong Kingdom to help them fight. So that's how Donkey Kong fits in all this, by the way. But yeah, I was glad I was proven wrong about, Donkey Kong, and I thought he was a pretty funny, but I still think he had his good moments as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the Seth Rogen laugh was just kind of goofy in general.
Yeah.
I just wanna say that I'm really glad that they went through this like friendly rivalry that Mario and Donkey Kong have. Like, they started out not really liking each other, but then you can see that they may call each other names and all that stuff, but you can see that they both care about each other.
Yes.
Especially this line where, "Oh, good for you. My father thinks I'm a loser." Well, your father's
right.
Father thinks right. Yeah, that was hilarious. Like, you usually expect for it to be all cheesy. "Oh, you're not a loser," but then your father's right. Like, that was hilarious.
I was really expecting it to be like the big bonding moment when they realized, wait, we have something in common. But no, he was just like, "Well, your dad's right," and that was really funny.
I mean,
that also does time to
sorry, Kawa. I'm just gonna say, that's what I'm getting at is that they're insulting each other, but you can tell that they both care about each other in the end. So that's fine too as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And my last snippet to that is that I do like how it kind of also shows a bit of DK's insecurities, that he still puts, I guess, others down to boost his own ego because of what his father thinks of him.
Yeah.
Like, we see that Cranky is kind of just a complete asshole throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Cranky.
With Mario's father, he's a bit more unaware. With Cranky, it does seem like he just outright shows his son that he's disappointed in him, which does make DK a bit sympathetic at times.
Speaking of Cranky, I feel like this is really the only time that we're going to mention it. How do you guys feel about Cranky's voice?
I was not a fan of Fred Armisen as Cranky. He sounds
way too young.
I thought this Spanish voice.
Cranky sounding as
I don't have an opinion.
I mean,
in the Spanish, it sounds.
I mean, in the Spanish voice, in the Spanish dub I thought that Cranky sounded alright. Like, it was not the best performance, but I think it fits Cranky. But yeah, I need to listen to the English performance to get on the same level as you guys when talking about his voice actor. But yeah,
I don't hate the voice. I just think it doesn't really feel like Cranky.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone said he sounds more like mildly annoyed Khan than cranky Khan.
mildly annoyed Khan.
And as well as Cranky's age, he sounds 45 when Cranky should be given his beard and the fact that he's supposed to be old, he should be
70.
I don't know. Yeah, 70. He should sound much older.
He's 70, so he's 70, yeah.
Okay, so next character.
Kamek?
I really liked Kamek.
Yeah, I think it's Kamek.
Kamek's voice, 10 out of 10, really fitting. Mm-hmm. Sucks Kamek didn't get enough screen time and kind of just got destroyed in the wedding scene where...
Oh god, when he was Peach and
he's kind of like a legendary VA.
I mean, Kamek just kind of got taken out by Peach simply punching him, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was his last scene. He did not appear after that. Oh. He was completely gone for that.
Man got knocked down by a single punch.
Carmen,
I guess he's supposed to be old, which is fine, but damn, given the fact that he's supposed to be a powerful wizard as well, it does bring a bit disappointment that he wasn't in the final battle.
We should also mention that, that in order to get the Khans to fight on the Mushroom Kingdom side, Cranky Khan puts Mario in a fight with DK, which we get a pretty fun fight scene with a little Donkey Kong arcade callback with throwing barrels down and such. So Mario eventually ends up winning with help from the power-ups, and we see different power-ups throughout the movie, such as the Tanuki Leaf, the Mushroom, the Fire Flower, and then in this case we get the cat suit, which gives Mario cat-like reflexes that he uses to defeat Donkey Kong and get the Khans on their side.
Another thing I would actually like to mention about the scene as well was the cat suit. I thought it was going to be played as a complete joke given what in the trailer showed, but I'm glad it was played to be a really good power-up. The mini mushroom joke was really funny though. I like how I'm sorry, the mini mushroom was a really bad power-up and it did showcase that well.
Also, especially this is a touch I really like. I like how Mario initially doesn't like mushrooms. I think it's actually a really fun quirk that they added.
Yeah.
I thought getting back to the Kamek stuff, they paid a little homage to the games where towards the end when you beat Bowser and Princess Peach's back's towards you and she comes from the cage and it's actually Kamek. They showcased Kamek wearing a Princess Peach getup. I thought that made me happy.
Yes.
Yeah, same.
I really like that.
Yeah,
reference.
And the whole reason why that happens is because
Bowser's practicing to propose to Peach. It's really funny.
And then
you probably see it on the internet, but
he said that was a good line. He's like, "You're doing great."
You probably see it all over the internet, but there's this really cute pose that Bowser does when he's practicing proposing. It is just the cutest looking thing in the world.
Yeah,
and this is Bowser who we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Yeah, I do.
We're all a bit biased to Bowser.
I mean, no. I know that it's cute, and I think it's very cute, and it's Bowser who we're talking about. So that makes it even more cuter, in my opinion, because Bowser is not someone who you usually think of as cute. No, he's not.
You'd be surprised with some people on the internet.
Yeah, let's not get into that ground. It's gonna be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the characters that we can really fully
cover. So, and aside from minor characters,
we should talk about the Rainbow Roads. We should talk about the Rainbow Road sequence.
I mean, I think we actually missed one character, the Luma Lee, even though he doesn't have a big role, and the Penguin King.
I do not like Luma Lee.
No, Luma was funny.
I didn't like Luma Lee. Sorry.
I didn't like him, but given how small his role was in the movie, it's inoffensive to the movie.
Yeah, same. Like, yeah, I thought it was annoying, but since he doesn't have a big role, I'm not very bothered by it.
Yeah, exactly.
More annoying in the trailers, personally. I preferred his performance in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie he was a bit better, but still, I thought it was just kind of meh. I mean, if people find it funny, it's good. I don't mind that.
I only liked
to
him as
me,
much
it was
as
just
I
not
do
that funny.
because Mario Galaxy is my all-time favorite game. So seeing him in the movie just felt really special to me.
Yeah, I mean, I should have been more.
Yeah.
I think a better way to showcase his character would be how Twink was in 64, where he would try to help or be more supportive. But
also yes, his name is really Twink.
Yep.
I think anyone who's a Mario fan would know that.
Okay, so the Penguin King, you said someone
did. The Penguin King. Yeah, I said that. I mentioned the Penguin King. Yeah.
Thoughts? Funny character.
I thought their whole little concept of the penguin people were cute. When they threw snowballs at Bowser at the beginning of the movie, I thought that was cute. And then giving him this super serious voice, I'm like, that's so funny.
Yeah, I think that was how people that's where I see the contrast between Luma Lee and the Penguin King. The Penguin King is supposed to be the serious ruler, and then it's just this little penguin dude.
Yeah.
This Luma Lee
really
just
funny.
feels. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the music in the movie now. I really liked
how
many references.
Before we get to the most obvious, the big one, let's talk about the actual, Mario music and how it's utilized throughout the score itself.
Mm-hmm.
I love the score of this movie, and I found myself singing along to a lot of the songs that I recognized because I'm such a nerd. Apologies for swearing.
Yeah, and I went to see the movie with my nephew, and I was constantly pointing out, "Oh look, this is the song from this game. Oh look, this is the song from that game. Oh, yeah, I know this song. It felt so special for me.
Yeah, I know it does pay a lot of homage to the actual series itself, and it wasn't just they just did the same theme over and over. They actually had a lot of the music from almost every game.
Yeah,
from Donkey Kong Country, from Super Mario 3D World, from Super Mario Galaxy, and I think I heard something from Paper Mario too, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I remember the Mushroom Kingdom theme sounded a bit like Pedal Metal.
Oh yeah, from the Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, it was just a small bit of it, but it does sound like it, as one of my friends pointed out.
In the end credits, I was really happy to hear Egg Planet. It's one of my favorite songs from Mario Galaxy, and just because that song is it's a first level song, because Egg Planet's the first galaxy you venture to in the game after the tutorial, and it just really yells at you this is going to be an adventure. And this is going to be grand. That's what Egg Planet. Music tells me, so I was just really happy to see that.
First scene with Bowser, I did the airship theme.
Yes, I love the airship theme.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
The thing I really liked with the soundtrack is that they didn't just straight up just use the song itself. They either remixed it or had hints of it in other songs. Like when Luigi first gets to the Darklands. When I watched the movie yesterday, I noticed they had a little hint of Luigi's Mansion, and that gave me some chills because it was just done so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also the fact that the scene it feels like something out of Luigi's Mansion, because with Luigi with the flashlight and all the tools, wow.
Yeah.
Also when his ringtone was the GameCube intro.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And
I'm such a simp for the GameCube and all that, so I was really happy to
but the caller ID on the phone, it was a default Mii head, the outline of it.
I'm just a simp in general for the GameCube, PS2, OG, Xbox era video games.
Yeah, the GameCube has some of the best games Nintendo has ever made. But that's besides the point.
Yeah. I really like the soundtrack a lot. I think we should get to the big stuff right now. The actual songs.
This.
They did rip one song directly from the games, and it was the Bowser's Fury theme. But I thought it was adorable, so I do not care.
I'll have to take a listen to the soundtrack to see it, but
anyway, so the big song.
Well, I don't think we should just talk about one. I think we should talk about all the big songs, like the DK rap, I Need a Hero, Thunderstruck.
Oh yeah, and Take on Me,
and Take on Me.
Yeah, those are the only pop songs that they use in the movie, I wouldn't say pop, but like mainstream already established songs. But I thought they were fine for what they were. They were there.
I think like Take On Me was enjoyable, but I wouldn't say it was the song I would have chosen for the Donkey Kong Country Kingdom. But I Need a Hero when Mario's doing all the training, I think that's really fitting.
I fucking love that scene specifically.
Yeah.
I love Shrek 2, and the montage was enjoyable. I love I Need a Hero. That's a good song, in my opinion.
Yeah. Speaking of that montage,
I also like Thunderstruck during the Mario Kart scene. I like AC/DC, so hearing Thunderstruck was really nice.
Yeah, that was.
Speaking of the montage for I Need a Hero, that's when Mario is training like through the whole generated level that Peach makes for him. It's basically full of different obstacles, like a Mario level. And that whole scene, it wasn't made to make Mario look like an idiot. It was made to kind of resemble, like, trial and error in a video game.
Yeah, it was an actual, proper training montage.
Yeah, when I saw that in the trailers, I just thought, oh, look, Mario's gonna be treated as a bumbling clown. But no, like, the movie is it's a completely different thing in the movie, and I love that it is.
Yeah, he's new to the kingdom, and he's learning, but slowly he's getting better and better. And then when the montage plays, it does show him being much better.
Also, I actually like that he doesn't complete the course at the end, but Peach lets him come anyway because he has shown growth. He has shown growth as a person.
Yeah, and he's shown that he is capable.
Yeah, even though he hasn't completed it, but yeah.
Anyway, let's move on and talk about Bowser's song. I feel like that should be addressed.
Oh. Peaches.
Yes, Jack Black has an original song.
He put his heart and soul into that, man.
It is eligible to be nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song in a Movie.
Better win.
Wow.
I'm gonna say it. I'm mixed on it. On one hand, it is funny. I do like it. On the other, I feel like, again, it's kind of just a thing where they play him out as a simp a bit too much, but it's not like...
It's like classic Jack Black.
Yeah. My whole theater absolutely
does it a
love
bit
that scene.
Too much. On the other, it's still a good comedic moment, so I don't... It's a mixed feeling I have for it, but it's not like that.
Like, I honestly like how when I went to see the movie in the theater, I love everyone, like from the kids to the adults who left the movie. They were all singing peaches, 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 and I actually love that everyone was digging the song. Like, that made it feel more like special, more like, look, it is this goofy ass song, but we like it, but we all like it. It's part of Bowser's character, like, and it's an actual hit. Like, it's actually very catchy.
Jack Black made an actual music video for it.
That is fun. That was funny.
Awesome.
He's on the floor and everything.
There's only one song in the movie that I think could have just been cut, and that was Mr. Blue Sky. I like the song itself, but it just seemed a bit, to have there.
It was just the morning. It was an alarm. I thought it was adorable.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough. And I think one of my favorites though is DK Rap. I think it's just funny.
Yeah, that was so fun. I
have to chime in and say that the Smash Bros. Melee DK Rap remix is much better than the original.
Yeah, okay. And I think in the movie they literally just played the chorus.
I like that they did that.
They played the chorus of the DK rap. DK.
Yeah.
Also, Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong made a little cameo.
Yeah. And Chunky Kong. And Kitty.
Kitty
was
but Diddy and Dixie are the big two, really.
I love that. I love that Diddy Kong got a
Chunky
line,
with
too.
them.
That was nice.
Chunky, that was Diddy and Dixie were all three together. Kitty was kind of just in the background. Same if you spotted him, that was pretty cool.
I mean, I think there was Funky too, but I can't remember correctly.
I don't.
Funky was also
Funky.
there.
I mean,
there were a lot of
in the Mario Kart scene. I think he nodded at Mario one time, and that was it. And I'm kind of glad they put someone like Chunky over Funky because I think Funky's overrated.
Oh yeah,
but that's going off topic. If it
was like Chunky or Candy, I think were the. Oh, sorry, Carmen.
Huh?
Were you saying something? Like I was talking and I couldn't hear you.
Oh no, I think Trashy was trying to move on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, Trashy.
Sorry, I looked at my notes and I came across something I wanted to address. The one song that gave me like genuine goosebumps in the theater was when Mario and Luigi got the Superstar. I loved what they did with the it was amazing.
I need to rehear it, but I remember I did love that scene a lot, and I loved how they ended it off with Bowser being spun by the tail, just like in 64.
If only they had said "So long, King Bowser" at the end. If only.
What do you mean, King Bowser? I thought it was Gay Bowser.
It is Gay Bowser.
It sounds like Gay Bowser, but it's actually, according to Charles Martinet, he actually says King Bowser.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm just very bad sarcasm.
I know, but I don't think the people would. I don't think it would take some seriousness away for them to say Gay Bowser.
No, I would pay to hear Jack Black say "So long, Gay Bowser" in his voice.
Jack Black?
You mean Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt, my bad. So, but also, I would love to hear Jack Black say that. That'd be funny as well.
I would pay Jack Black to say his lines from the Bowser lines from Sunshine.
Yo,
Mario, how dare you destroy my family vacation?
Should we move on to the final battles, like the Rainbow Road sequence and the wedding sequence?
Yeah, we can talk about Rainbow Road real quick, and then we need to move on.
All right, I'm gonna point out the elephant in the room. I don't like how Rainbow Road was not based on any of the actual Rainbow Road tracks, but from what I can believe, I think it is based on the one from Color Splash, which has the same design where it is the rainbow. But I think if they were trying to do like full on Mario Kart Rainbow Road, it should have been like, I don't know, Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road or something.
I kind of disagree. I don't think it should have been Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road for this specific movie. Maybe for the future, probably, but for this specific movie, I would have chosen something like the remake of the Mario Kart 64 Rainbow Road, or hell, even the Double Dash or the DS Rainbow Road.
I mean,
that's fine. I think any of the actual Rainbow Road.
Rainbow Road is how they got to Bowser's World. Like that. That's all it was.
Yeah, I think
it was
supposed to be like a shortcut in
an actual
world,
which
I think is cute.
Carlos Splash.
I thought it was animated really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I thought the action was pretty fun with Mario, jumping from one car to another, trying to avoid being crushed. And speaking of who was driving that crusher, we should talk about the commander/general.
The Koopa General, wow. Like, I thought he was just gonna be like one note joke character like Lumali was, but wow. Like, I was impressed with the Koopa General, especially he's been themed after the Blue Shell from the Mario Kart series. Also, fun fact, this is the very first time Nintendo themselves have referred to the Blue Shell as the Blue Shell, because otherwise they call it the Spiny Shell.
That's true.
But the Koopa General is just, wow, amazing character.
Talk about loyalty, just completely, sacrificing yourself because you hate one guy.
That's the thing. It actually follows the pattern of the Blue Shell, that it explodes and the guy sacrifices himself just so that Bowser can marry Peach, which
literally is... He's gone for the rest of the movie.
And I love when he's walking out the fire. I think it is a really good dramatic scene where, like, the cart he was driving was destroyed, but he still walks out, and then he goes to
Blue Shell!
Final. Yeah,
he literally
the final desperation of just activating the Blue Shell.
Dramatic moment for me, but that's just me personally.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, I really would like to see the Koopa General appear in the actual games as a boss or as an enemy. Like, after seeing the movie, I need to see the Koopa General come back. I really need it.
Sure.
Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about our expectations versus reality, and let's try to keep this as short as possible. Because I know you guys have a lot to say.
This is the elephant in the room.
We didn't talk about the wedding yet.
I like the wedding battle a lot. I think they did King Babam dirty though. They just killed him when the guy was snoozing. He did not deserve it.
I mean, I honestly think it was really funny how just Kamek was starting to getting ready for the wedding and Peach just punches him in the face. I mean, I get that Kamek is knocked out for the rest of the movie, which sucks. But I think it's really funny how he just, hey, we're here reunited, and bam, punch in the face.
Peach's dress design is also beautiful.
Also, I love how the ice flower does correlate to her wedding dress as well. Yeah. Anyways, I think we should move on to our expectations and reality because I think this podcast.
Yeah, I think I want to are the ones that have to say the most about this in particular.
I want to keep this short and sweet because I could go on an hour-long rant about what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep it short and sweet and just say I thought this movie was going to be one of the worst things ever, but after watching the movie, I'm glad I was completely wrong about it.
Yeah.
The trailers kind of done the movie dirty. Mm-hmm. But hey,
for my part,
it was a good movie. I'm glad I was wrong, and I'm looking forward to future movies. I just hope they do the trailers justice as well.
Yeah. For my part, I would say that I didn't think it was gonna be the worst thing ever when I saw the trailers. I just gonna think, well, it's either going to be laughably bad or just boring. But then, because of all the things I mentioned before, I thought, well, Mario was just gonna be a Peach's bumbling clown. Peach was just gonna be this Mary Sue. I'm not like other girls, and I don't need any man in my life, and I can beat Bowser on my own. And then Luigi was just gonna be treated like a joke because he gets kidnapped, and that's why they only swap him with Peach. But then I watched the movie, and then wow, all my expectations were completely annihilated. They were murdered. Like they were replaced with something that was far even better, and I am glad it was that way. Like
absolutely.
For example, when Trashy sent me this meme where there's like Mr. Garrison from South Park saying not to be a dick, but I told you, and I'm sorry for the swear, but I needed to quote it, and I'm saying, well, yeah, I'm glad that you're saying to me, I told you so, because that way I was able to see that I was wrong about the movie, and I am glad I was wrong about the movie.
I did send that meme because you guys talked about it a lot, and I'm like, there's only 3 trailers, we can't fully judge it yet, but I get why you thought it.
I mean, the trailers are your first impressions. You're supposed to. I don't think like people are gonna look at Boss Baby 2 and think, oh yeah, this is gonna be a cinematic masterpiece because the trailers are really good. I think we're all gonna expect. Yeah, who wanted this movie again?
The thing with the trailers, the trailers didn't give me a very good first impression. I thought the movie was gonna be like really either laughably bad or boring, as I said before. But still, I always wanted to get my own full judgment of the movie, even after once it came out. So,
same. And I'm glad I was wrong. The movie was really good, and I just removed all bias, especially since I've been playing Paper Mario recently. That had
me too. Like, I still don't think that, for example, the Peach's character, the way Peach is portrayed in Paper Mario 64 and in the 1000-Year Door 2, I will always think that is the best version of Peach. But this Peach in the movie, she wasn't bad. She was really good. She was very enjoyable.
I thought she was pretty good, especially for what they were trying to do. Anyways, Carmen wanted to say something. I think.
Can I? Please?
Yeah, I think Carmen wants to say something.
Okay. So, my initial thoughts was, oh God, Illumination's doing this movie. Yeah. Now, I'm not a big fan of Illumination's works. That's just a me thing. And so I was initially just very nervous that they were gonna like milk this movie and like just not do it like the justice that it deserves. I thought it was gonna be another 1993 Mario movie where it was kind of but
all over the
I'm very surprised with how like well this went over. Were there things that I wanted? Of course. Do I wish Rosalina was in the movie? Yes, but I'm still like, for what they wanted to do, I was very pleased with this movie.
Yeah, same. Absolutely same.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Okay. So moving on.
I was going to say something after Carmen did, but when it comes to expectations versus reality, I thought, the first trailer was great in my opinion, but I still wanted to keep my expectations low, even with the following trailers. I thought Kawa and a lot of others I know were very judgmental. I was like, dude, you guys you were clowning on this movie hard, but when I saw the movie, I thought, what, it was what I think it should have been. I thought it did the best it could have, and I think for a Mario movie adaptation for pretty much general audiences, I thought, what, this is a nice little reintroduction to the Mario world.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and I thought I got a little. I would say like it was a nice little 7 out of 10 movie to me. Like I wasn't expecting anything absolutely incredible, but
for me,
I thought it did the job. But I still wish some things could have been better. I do wish it was a bit longer, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have a similar understand to Carmen and Gengar in that I think the movie was really good, but there were some things that could have been done better. Still, I think it's a very good movie. I still that is something that many people should watch at least once. Especially it doesn't matter if they are children, it doesn't matter if they are adults. Anyone can enjoy this movie. And I'm just agree with Kawa. I just agree with Kawa that it deserves an 8 or 8.5 out of 10. I personally give it an 8 out of 10, but that's just me.
What dragged it down for me was just the pacing. If that was fixed, I would probably be given this like. I get
what the pacing would be an issue. I mean, I honestly didn't have any problem with it. And again, I liked a lot of things about the movie. The few things I didn't like were either just things like Luma Lee, in which they are so minimal that they don't affect my enjoyment of the movie regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like, the things I did not like were so minimal. It's almost as if they didn't exist.
Anyway, so how I felt about it. I knew that no matter how it was, I would like it because I grew up with Mario. I've always been obsessed with Mario. It's just a special thing for me. But I didn't go into the movie thinking this is going to be awesome. But I mean, it was a great movie. It was better than I expected it to be, and I'm really glad. It was really fun.
I went in hope it was going to be good because I honestly had my worries. I had my doubts, and I think everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted this to be good because I am a fan of Mario, and I don't want it just another live action Mario movie.
Yeah, same. As much as I said bad things about the movie because based on the trailers, I actually do hope it's kind of good. There was this part of me that wanted to come out, and then that part of me finally came out when the movie came out. if that makes sense. And I'm honestly glad that I was proven wrong about the movie, and I'm honestly glad people are telling me I told you so. I'm really grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
I just admitted I was wrong, but I think the I told you so thing was
Before we move on, is there anything you want to add, Quantum? Do you want your final thoughts about expectation versus reality?
I went into the movie thinking that it was not going to be as good as I wanted it to be. But I was pleasantly surprised with the quality. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the effort that was genuinely put into this movie, both by the cast and by the animators. Everybody worked on it. It was genuinely really, really good. And I've been a fan of Mario for a really, really long time. It's been a part of my life since I basically came out the womb.
I think the thing could be said for almost all of us.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just really bad.
Let's now discuss what we could possibly see in a sequel. So I know it hand over to the Yoshi egg at the end, if you guys actually stayed and didn't leave before the final end credit scene. But apparently, they're already developing a sequel, and Yoshi is pretty much kind of confirmed to have a big part in it. So that will be interesting.
I think it's going to be Super Mario World based, which means we'll probably see the Koopalings. A sequel I want to see, and I've been hinting at the whole time, was a Luigi's Mansion sequel, where Luigi gets to be the star of the movie and fully develop better to being more brave and less of a coward. That's what the whole point of Luigi's Mansion was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Let's just tell everyone who is listening to this too, if you don't know what we do, we are all massive fans of the Koopalings. Yes. So getting to see them adapted, it would either be the greatest thing ever, or it's just going to be a monkey's paw situation where it ends up being the worst adaptation ever, which hopefully that is not the case if that happens.
I hope they don't end up with the same personality. I just hope that they all come in differently.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they all get equal screen time too. I don't think a Koopaling should be prioritized over another, and I don't like.
When they do that in some games, I think this Mario and Sonic Olympic games, which they only added 3 of the Koopalings, I thought it was really strange to leave the other Koopalings out. So I really hope if the Koopalings appear in a sequel that they each get an equal amount of screen and equal amount of love. I think the Koopalings are almost guaranteed in the sequel, since Ludwig is credited as the owner of the piano that Bowser plays.
Yeah.
So
that was a nice Easter egg.
Also, I think that the Koopalings are not going to be treated as their kids. They're going to be treated as rather like high-ranking soldiers and all that. Like they are.
I hope they're treated as his kids. Honestly, I think it would fit better.
I do hope so. But I think it's more like
we're probably not going to get Junior for a long ass time.
Yeah, that's probably also.
I was expecting at the end of the movie. I honestly expected Bowser Jr. to be the.
I do hope he gets. Honestly, if we do get the Koopalings, I hope we get Junior alongside them.
The Koopalings and Junior work really well in the games, actually, especially in the new.
Junior should be like the main focus if he is in the group.
Also, speaking of characters that are not going to appear in a long time, unfortunately, I know it's wishful thinking more than anything, but I really hope that Daisy appears in one of the sequels.
I don't really care if Daisy appears or not, honestly. But
oh my god,
I mean, I hope so too, but I'm not like too fussed about it.
I
hope we see more King Boo, and if there is a sequel to the movie where it's about Luigi's Mansion, I hope we see like King Boo's transformation, about where he gets the crown from.
Oh how his rivalry with Luigi starts and all that.
Especially given the personality change from the regular Mario movie, the Mario games where he's more like a Bowser, General Bowser.
Yeah. As long as I see another princess, I don't really mind. Like either Daisy,
I'm just gonna say, I do wish that Daisy will appear in one of the sequels, but I think it's gonna be a bit difficult considering how Peach is like more. Like Peach is well portrayed. Don't get me wrong, but I think like sometimes she does come off as if she was Daisy, if that makes sense.
That's fair. I think we should move on to our final thoughts. I think we're getting way too far in.
So final. Anybody else wants to say?
Minutes.
So I would start with anyone who is a Mario fan. I feel like you'll get lots of enjoyment out of this movie. If you really care about Mario and have played it all your life, I think this movie will do the IP justice, and I think you'll have a fun time with it and everything. Absolutely. All the characters feel like I wouldn't say like how they should, but like because Mario characters are Mario characters. There's usually sort of like a handful of things they are known for personality-wise, but I still think that you will have fun with the characters, and I still think you'll have fun with the adventure and the basically just the whole movie in general.
I think this movie is really good. Give it a watch, even if it's just one time. It's worth it. Any Mario fan would be pleased with what they did with the movie.
Yeah, from start to finish, the movie was like a huge ride. Like I was smiling almost the whole time. There were very few scenes where I just felt like, oh god, shut up. There were very few scenes like that, and I enjoyed it. The kids at the movie theater enjoyed it. The adults enjoyed it too. My nephew who accompanied me to watch the movie, he enjoyed it too. He thought, like, he even said, I thought the movie was gonna be boring, but it actually ended up being really good. So, and he isn't that much of a Mario fan. He has played some games, but even then, he was also like captivated by the movie. So, this is a movie for anyone. Anyone can enjoy it, whether you are a hardcore Mario fan or you're just getting into the franchise, or you just know it because Mario is the biggest icon in gaming. Let's be honest.
It's a movie for anyone.
And if there's anything that if you were sad not to see the movie or wish was expanded on more, I think it's safe to say that there is definitely going to be a sequel, because at the time of recording this movie has made over 500 million in the worldwide box office, and this is Illumination we're talking about. They will obviously make a sequel.
This is the biggest success when it comes to animated movies. I've read recently that he has dethroned Frozen 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and despite what like professional critics would say, I'm not going to like dismiss it, but I think overall the audience score should speak for itself, where it is just far better than. In websites like Rotten Tomatoes, like the audience score is bigger than the critics score, and that should say something, especially considering how some other movies that are better or worse get different scores. And some of them are really polarizing. Actual like critic reviews, it's a lot of them just seem vague and don't really expand on what the issue is. So
Yeah, I mean, don't seem like they know about the Mario universe. I actually read one review that the reviewer didn't actually play a Mario game before.
Wow.
So, final thoughts, right? We've heard from 3.
Yeah, I think these were our final thoughts.
Yeah, these are our final thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, anybody else who hasn't given their final thoughts yet want to speak?
Sure. I know I really enjoyed it. I went to go see it with my partner, and he's not like he's played Mario Kart and Mario Party, but he's never been like a huge Mario fan, and he loved the movie. He was like raving afterwards and stuff like that. And I know I really enjoyed it. I think it was so smart that it was so broad in topic, because it got even like not the Super Mario fans to become Mario fans. So I thought it was a really cute movie.
Oh yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm just glad that this is a movie that everyone's been, really enjoying. Everyone's been having a good time with it, and they are just excited to see probably more of what's to come, which feels like it's inevitable at this point.
There is so much that we haven't talked about with this movie. So many little things that will absolutely put a smile on your face if you go to see it.
We could probably make a whole episode on little Easter eggs and stuff.
Absolutely,
we didn't even touch upon yet.
Yeah, whether that's the characters, the Easter eggs, the music, the animation, or whatever it is, like there's something for anyone to enjoy in this movie. Like if you like you're into characters, you're into visuals, you're into whatever, the movie has something for you. That's guaranteed.
Yes. So I'll give my final thoughts before we end this episode. I've been wanting a Mario movie like this for like as long as I can remember, enjoying Mario. So when I finally heard they were making one, I was so excited, and just seeing the movie in the theaters, it was just so fun, and it was one of the like happiest moments I've had, and it was just awesome. That's the best way I can really put it.
Yeah.
I mean, the original Mario movie was genuinely like a big part of my childhood.
Never seen it.
Just because.
I mean, I haven't seen it.
I know, like it was so bad, but it was the only Mario content I had. I was like,
Super
give it
Mario
to
Brothers
me,
Super
and now
Show.
that I actually have a good movie to watch.
I mean, there's
this movie absolutely outclassed the old one by a long shot.
Actually,
competition.
there's like an anime movie from the 1980s, but that's only in Japanese, so not many people have seen it.
And even then, I still think, even from what I've seen at that, from what a friend sent me of the movie, I still think the new one blows all other versions out the water.
I agree. I definitely agree with you. Like, I've seen a review of the anime movie like 2 or 3 years ago, and said, it's kind of cute. Not the best, but it's kind of cute. But this movie definitely blows that one out of the water. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind if they did more of these types of movies, like the Legend of Zelda movie, Metroid movie, or hell, maybe even an Animal Crossing movies. Like,
I would love to see a Kirby movie. I would love to see Kirby.
I mean,
I do not want them to start MCU in this stuff. Like, I'm really getting into the cinematic universes.
I'm sorry. I think the Nintendo MCU should just not exist. I think it should just be all separate movies. All
the movies should be their own thing. Like, they're obviously going to start with Mario, and then I think it's likely that they're going to continue with Zelda, Metroid, Animal Crossing, Kirby. Yeah, but I don't think they should.
I just hope they don't do any crossovers, because frankly, I think that would just ruin it a lot.
I personally want to see an Animal Crossing movie. I'm not sure about you guys or whatever franchise you want the most.
That should just be a reality show like the old commercials were for the GameCube game.
Okay,
those were funny.
Let's not get too off topic right now. So, anybody else want to speak?
No, I think that's
it all.
That's it. I think it was a great podcast. I think this was a good introduction. I would love to appear more if I have the time.
Same. This was really fun.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
for having us.
I really enjoyed it.
I'd just like to apologize if anything
it's my
too
podcast.
messy and
Let
all
me
that.
speak. Well, yeah, thank you guys for being here. This is really fun.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. If I ever think more episode ideas, I'll let you know. And yeah,
do let us know. We'd be happy to join if we know about the topic and can put any input on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my very first time doing a podcast, and it's going to clearly sound like it. So hopefully things only sound better in the future.
Yeah. Also, this is a way for me to practice more of my English and speak with actual native speakers. So that's a plus for me as well.
That's always good. No, this was a very pleasant experience, and I loved having an opportunity to talk to you all about something that I'm pretty passionate about, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that's probably going to where this podcast has to end for today, but it was really fun.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining me, and thank you to anybody who watched this all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was fun. Bye.
Cowabunga out.
Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Okay, bye.